What's up guys, I'm Kate with TypeMatch doing another video about INFJs because I love talking about INFJs and I thought about the topic. I have the question, are INFJs romantic? And like all things with INFJs, it's complicated. So yes and no. So INFJs definitely are not romantic in the sort of traditional sense. They don't like big, like grand romantic gestures. They want to sort of like skip the nonsense because they see a lot of that as like that's not even real. It's sort of fake. Like, they don't typically like celebrating like big holidays and their birthdays. They're happy to celebrate you and to celebrate it to make other people happy, but they don't like so much like the social pressure surrounding a lot of things that are like typically traditionally romantic. And they're also very private. So an INFJ wouldn't be one to propose in a very public manner or to be really into celebrating Valentine's Day and professing their love very publicly, although they love to talk about their partners. And they want to do that any chance that they get, to share with other people about the person that they're in love with. And but they don't like things that are flashy or showy. So the best way to describe INFJs in romance is that they are subtle. They like the little things, the small details. INFJs, they're idealists and they are, visionary because they have the NINFE in their top two. So they will fantasize about their relationships with somebody, but it'll be like fantasies that are very like almost mundane things, but in like spectacular detail. So they will imagine going to the grocery store with their partner to buy milk, and they'll be able to see oh, you were standing here and I was standing there and we were talking and we were going to buy this one. And it's like incredibly detailed of a vision. And for them, like that type of vision is exciting to them because they're imagining like, what is life actually going to look like with this person? And they're able to find the beauty in sort of the everyday things, sharing those everyday experiences with you, and for you to be a part of their introvert zone. Like when you are really close with an INFJ, you are no longer people. You are part of the introvert zone. You are not costing them energy, although it's still important that they do have their alone time and you need to be able to give that to them. It's not about you. They just need to be alone for a little while. And I've said that in another video. But yeah, when an INFJ loves somebody, they just want to be next to them, doing life, and so they will fantasize about doing life with that person, just like taking a walk together, simple things. It's not going to be like some like big, like, oh, we were in Paris together and at the Louvre and I had roses or something. I don't even know. But no, it's going to be like things that like probably will definitely come up and happen. And that's where they get like this sort of like prophetic stereotype, because they can envision and fantasize like real life things, the scenarios that are actually going to come to be. Like you will go to that grocery store and buy milk together and it'll be like, whoa, this is freakily accurate. Well, yeah, of course that was going to happen. So yeah, with grand romantic gestures, as far as like holidays go, I don't want to say that INFJs don't like to celebrate holidays, and this may not be true for all INFJs, but a lot of them, they like it when you can sort of take that pressure off of them to try to make you feel good all the time and give you a good experience, especially around like Christmas or something where it's expected to like give gifts and do all these big things, and they don't want to disappoint you or make you feel like they don't care about you or something. But it's really nice for an INFJ, if you are like, you know what, like this, like Valentine's Day really doesn't matter to me at all. We don't have to do it. We could celebrate you and me at a different time, and we should be celebrating our love sort of like every day together. And they like doing random things, like not so random because they plan a lot, but like random in terms of like the time of the year. There is no like real special occasion. They just want to do this for you, and share that moment together. So yeah, it's important that they don't feel guilted into doing something just for the sake of tradition, because there's no SI here. They're not very traditionalist, but they can go along with it for the sake of other people. What else? As far as gifts, I find that INFJs like to receive and also give something that is going to be useful. They don't like clutter at all. They like simplicity all around. So and their style is extremely curated, and they respect that in other people too. So if they give you something, they get excited about giving gifts, but it's like they want to give you something that like you can actually use and remember them every single day, because they like to have something that they can have on them or use every day, and it will remind them of you. So it'll be like simple, like, oh, that they gave me this coffee mug and I use it every day, and every time I have it in my hand, I think about them, and that's like meaningful to them. So they want to have meaning because of NI, but also like useful in reality and working because of SE. And it's really important for them to feel appreciated. This is just obvious. I've talked about this in past videos. FE parent really needs to like feel that you are appreciating all of their efforts. So they greatly appreciate feeling appreciated. Well, I appreciate your appreciation. And INFJs, when they like somebody, they're very good at, like, they give like a lot of attention to that person. Like they kind of like zone in, and they're analyzing the person, they're observing the person, they want to learn all about them. And because they can easily read other people's emotions, they don't have this problem of not being sure, like, oh, do they really like me back? Like an INFJ probably knows if you like them before you know that you like them or not. So it makes it easier for them to kind of like initiate and go for it, so they can seem like not so introverted. They're fine with initiating with somebody that they really want and are interested in, because they can read that other person, like, oh, did they like that? Are they interested back? Do they like me too? Do they like me? Okay, anyway. So yeah, moving on. My last thing is a metaphor that I came up with for INFJs, and it's that INFJs are like avocados. So they are very like, well, avocados aren't warm. If you refrigerate it, that's cold, but you shouldn't. But anyway, avocados, they're more like soft on the outside, but then they have like a hard core, very dense. So that's my metaphor for INFJs, because of the high extroverted feeling that appears very warm to people, but like the cold analytical TI core that they really value. And that TI is kind of like can appear cold and sort of dispassionate. So in the metaphor of, I don't know, whatever, the common projection of INFJs as counselors, it's like, yeah, they're counselors because they can they care about your feelings, and they're very good listeners, and they look at you in a way that's like, oh, they're really understanding me, but internally their logic is working, and they're analyzing, and they're trying to like come up with a solution for the problem for you. So they can appear rather cold and dispassionate at times, but they also have a side of them that, like, when they do get excited and passionate about something, they talk like, they turn into like Aladdin, okay? There's a scene in the movie Aladdin where he is describing Jasmine, and he's talking about like how she's got these eyes and this hair, and she's just beautiful. And that's how I see INFJs talking about their partner when they sort of like have a crush. It's like, oh, you're more like quiet and soft-spoken and like dispassionate, and but then like when you talk about your partner, they really light up and they become like a sweet, excitable puppy, and it's adorable. Um, but yeah, going along with that theme of the avocado, INFJs want to be seen as strong. So they don't want, like in a partner, it's very important that you recognize and see like how strong they really are internally. Like just because they are empathetic and showing compassion to you doesn't make them weak. And that really hurts them if you can't see that in them, because that's really a central part of who they are as people. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about INFJs and romance for today. You can check out the TypeMatch app is now in the Google Play Store, and you can also check out at TypeMatch on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. TypeMatch is always one word, by the way. If you look for it in the Google Play Store, don't search two words. And then the iOS app is rolling out in just a couple weeks, but you could always check out typematchapp.com for updates on that, the personality test, and blog.